Okay, so now let's go over your car safety concepts. So the first concept is that when you're walking to your car or from your car, your keys are in your hand. Now, I like to get my longest key, put my index finger behind it, my thumb on top, so I can really guide where it's going. Now, I want to make this so they can see, or anybody who could potentially attack me can see that I'm holding my keys, all right? And again, when I'm walking somewhere, I don't want to be on my phone because that makes me less aware. So I have my hand like this. I have my favorite longest key out. So if Miss Alex, I thought she was being creepy, I already have my key ready. So if I needed to raise it up to show I'm being assertive, I can do that. So the first concept is always having your key ready. Now, if someone were to approach you, you can do two things with your key. I'm either going to stab or I'm going to make an X. So that would be like angles 1 to 4. Now, my other hand can be out here. It can be to the side. You could have it down. You probably wouldn't want to, but if you were going to just snake them really quickly, you probably wouldn't be like, and then do it like that. It just depends. But I'm just like this, so if Miss Alex comes in, I can stab the eye, I can stab the throat, I could even come into the gut. Now, the key with my thumb being on the center is I can guide it where I want to go. If I'm just holding it like this, I can't guide it as well. All right, so that's how I like to hold it. Some people might say to hold it between like your fists so you can punch like that. I just prefer at this stage that you're holding it like this, okay? So your first concept is holding your keys when you walk to your car or when you walk away from your car, or pretty much anytime you're walking. The second is you're either stabbing or making an X with your key. Now, obviously at this level, you know I can use my key and then use my self-defense stuff to really add to it as needed. Now, the third concept for safety with your car is always checking the back seat. So when you're going up to your car, you're looking in your car, checking the back seat, making sure nobody is hiding in there, all right? Now, the last one is once I make sure my car is safe, I get into my car and I instantly lock the doors. So once I get in the car, I lock the door. I don't play with the radio first. I get in the car, I shut the door, I lock it. Now we're good to go. All right, so my 4 concepts of self-defense for the car safety is hold your keys in your hand. If you're going to use the key, you're either stabbing or making the X, which is like your Arnis angles 1 to 4. Check your back seat, and then once you get in the car, shut the door, and then lock it. Okay, so let's go over car defense where someone comes up from behind you and starts to push you up against your car. Now again, we want to be aware of our surroundings, listening to our intuition, but sometimes circumstances like this happen. So, if Miss Alex is going to a car, maybe she's going to open it, which would be weird because this is my car, but if she was going to open it, I'm going to come from behind and start to slam her up against it. Now, you can see that she used her front fold to stop her momentum. So she didn't take a header into the car. So now once I'm here and starting to push her up against it, then she uses her leg kicks to kick me. She can heel strike the groin if she wants to. Now her main objective is to turn and face me. So she's coming here, maybe she elbows me, bang, shoots in top. Now she's going right for her clinch, throwing. Now she has options. She can either bounce me off the car, come in here, bounce me off the car, or she can throw me to the side. And if she throws me to the side, she wants to stop at my ankle, or if she wants to open the car, get in the car, lock the door, she'll be good to go. Okay, so let's give you a different variation. So now, the same attack where I push Miss Alex up against the car, but instead of clinching me and kneeing me, she's going to choke me right out. So, we push Miss Alex up against the car. It's basically the same intro. She's kicking, she's doing whatever she can. Now, when she comes in here, she starts to elbow, bang, so she throws the elbow, bang. Now, what she's going to do from here is hook my head and then switch positions with me. So she comes in. Now, when she goes to do this, you can see how her forearm hit my neck. That's actually a knockout shot, right? So if she gets that, she gets 2 for 1. She has the hook there. We're going to spin around, bang. Now, once in this position, she's going to kick me out so I'm lower than her. Put in the rear naked choke, and then we're good to go. So let's do that again. She's going to do a little bit faster, okay? So we push her up against the car. Here, pop, pop, bang, bang, boom, there it is. She switches. Once I'm here, in, right to the choke, and then she's good. Okay, now before we begin, let's just say this is after hours, so I wasn't really parked in the handicap spot. As a physical therapist, that's a huge no-no. But now we're going to do a defense where Miss Alex is in the car, but she didn't roll up the window, and I'm going to choke her or attack her through the window, okay? So there's a lot of variations on this, but we're gonna do two. We're gonna do one where I'm coming in with a choke, and one where I'm gonna come in with a grab. All right, so let's do the first defense where I'm going to choke the person in the car. So I'm coming in with my front choke. Now Miss Alex is gonna pluck it down from there. Now notice how she has good wrist control for a Portuguese. With the closer hand, she's coming right for the eyes. She's coming right with the finger poke. And now what she can do, she can actually release that hand and come right with a cross punch. Now, this is gonna take some torso motion because she can't use her hips. So she's really gonna roll her hips and pop straight and let her throw it. From here, in, pop, bang. Okay, you hear that? Now, if my hands are sliding back, she can grab the fingers, snap them really quick. If my head comes back in, she can push me out with both hands in there, and then she would drive right away. So let's watch that again. I'm coming in. There's a choke. She plucks it, eyes. There's that punch. Bang, over the top. My hand's still there. She can break it. She can hit me again, push me out, and that would be our first defense. Okay, so let's do another defense where the adversary is coming in and they're grabbing you by the throat, but not really choking you, just coming to the side so you can still breathe. And since you're trying to play with the car stereo or your hands on here, they're gonna grab your wrist. Now, what Miss Alex is gonna do is start to isolate my finger. So she's gonna grab at the index finger and really bend it back. If she couldn't get that free for whatever reason, she could use her knuckles over there. She could try to move this around, but she's really trying to isolate the finger. Now, once she gets the tap there, she's gonna snap it, get the tap, go to your Kodomawashi, break the wrist. Now, with this hand, this left hand of hers, she's gonna slide down, grab my finger, come up like a sankyu, and then break underneath. So you can see how that really hurts. Let's do this again. So I'm over here, bang, so I'm grabbing her, not the steering wheel, bang. She can see how she isolates it. So as long as she gets this on the outside, she can really start to peel that off, right? If it didn't work and she's doing it, just spit in their face. I'm being serious. You just spit in their face and you'll be able to get that. So now from here, she goes to her Kodomawashi. Now I'm already coming down. She grabs the finger. Now watch how she does the slow, comes underneath, and that, there is the break. And then if she's over here, she could let that go, push my head out the window, and then drive to safety. Okay, so let's do another defense where instead of choking you, the guy is just going to start to grab you, the guy or girl. So I'm over here. I'm going to grab her by the neck over here, and I'm going to start to grab her arm. So I'm going to start to control her, maybe try to pull her out, or maybe just intimidate her, try to get inside. So now what Miss Alex is going to do, so she's going to start to affect the finger. So when I'm over here and I'm grabbing, she's going to start to try to peel the fingers off. So she's coming in here and start to isolate the fingers. Now, if she couldn't do that right away, she can take her knuckles and kind of hit my hand as well. She'll come over there, right? So, yep. Now, once she gets the finger, there's the break. She's going to break it just like that. She's going to take a tap. Okay, she's going to feed it to your Kodomawashi, break my wrist over here. Bang. Now she's going to take the finger again and come under like a sankyu and then turn it. And then break underneath. So you can see how that really hurts. Let's do this again. So I'm over here. Bang. So I'm grabbing her, not the steering wheel. Bang. See how she isolates it? So as long as she gets this on the outside, she can really start to peel that off, right? If it didn't work and she's doing it, just spit in their face. I'm being serious. You just spit in their face and you'll be able to get that. So now from here, she goes to a Kodomawashi. Now I'm already coming down. She grabs the finger. Now watch how she does the slow, comes underneath on that. There is the break. And then if she's over here, she can let that go, push my head out the window, and then drive to safety.